Hello and welcome to episode 5 of PowerOn. This is Dashing Drew Rude, along with our very own personal starving artist, Chad Novinka. This is where he's having too much fun. He can't even say hello. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going?
There he is, Chad Novinka. And we are here. We want to do something a little different today. So normally, what?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all right. Coke cans, Coke cans are falling over. I'm trying to pick up my list.
The PowerOn power station.
That's horrible.
Is a fucking pigsty.
Yeah. We got shit laying all over the place. Anyway, the point of it is, so we wanted to do a little bit of a different show today. So you guys, if you've been consistently listening, which I find hard to believe, but you might be, if you're doing that, you're used to us going over game franchises or what I call dissecting particular pieces of art, games, movies, television, whatever. What we're going to do today is we're actually going to do a top 10 list. Everybody loves lists. I love lists. And we're going to have a blast doing it. So I originally pitched this idea because we wanted to do something a little bit different. We felt like we were getting a little bit stagnant, even though we've only had 4 episodes, but we're bi-weekly, so it feels like it feels like we've been doing it for longer than we have, even though some of you guys might be joining on and then you just hopefully you're eating the episodes real quick, and it feels like that's all we do. So we wanted to do something a little different today. So what we decided on is a top 10 list for movie-specific villains, right?
I kind of took liberty with that villains part. Maybe went more antagonists in some
Antagonist is fine, dude. Movie villain, antagonist, whatever. It's not a good guy. It's a guy who can be morally ambiguous. Mm-hmm. And then we've got parameters for this, but we're doing it mainly off of cinema, talking theaters, but TV movies are acceptable as well. I don't think I have any movies.
I have one.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to be in there. And animated is fair game.
Oh, of course it is.
So you got animated, you've got live action performances, whatever you want. We're going to try to slap into our top 10. Now, here's the fun part. I have no idea what's on his list. And I know this because I'm following somebody else's format because I didn't want to discuss it and make it really
I mean, it's kind of what we've been doing so far anyways.
Right. So it keeps with the
research.
It keeps with the tradition of unedited. I don't want to come into this thing scripted. So I have no idea what's on this guy's list, which is what the fun part is going to be. I came up with my own. I literally brainstormed this thing in about 3 days, and that does not mean it's haphazardly. I'm a huge movie fan. I've got probably close to. Are we okay? Okay, I've got probably close to $6,000 worth of autographs on my wall in my home. I'm a huge movie buff, as you might have guessed. So is Chad. We mostly aligned, but as we had a little bit of a discussion before we even started the show, he thought the guy that was going to be number 1 on my list isn't even on my list.
Yeah.
So it's going to be...
Well, I'm just so surprised he's not on there at all.
You know what I try to do, though? Let me tell you this, though.
Yeah.
So I wanted to stay with movies, considering what the topic of our... Considering what the topic of our show is today, I'm sorry. I thought I might have caused an audio problem.
You're fine. I put everything back.
Okay, good. I was thinking I wanted to limit the amount of times I crossed genre, which means I didn't want to have a bunch of, and there's going to be a few of them on there. I couldn't, you can't escape it. Because there are some, hold on, let me finish this.
Yeah, I definitely.
What?
I didn't.
You didn't what?
I didn't.
Well, I mean, I was trying to limit.
I tried, but it's just I really wanted to go more on my favorite villains.
Sure, and that's fine. Let me just finish this point. What I was thinking about was I didn't want to. Okay, so let's say that a character we'll take Batman for a generic example. If we were doing heroes, of course we're doing villains, but let's say we were doing heroes. I was trying to avoid to select somebody like Batman because I know he was created in a separate genre. He was a comic book character, and I didn't want to say, okay, well,
Yeah,
in a Batman movie, so I'm going to make him number one. I was trying to avoid that. Now you can't.
Because I
can't.
really wanted to do Jack Nicholson's Joker, but we had just discussed it on a prior episode, and I didn't want to do superhero movies.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, that's fine. So, and let me prefix this whole episode by saying that. What are you laughing at?
Just keep going.
I want to prefix the whole episode by saying
Keep going.
that I'm going to that this list is not like something that he or I are saying that, oh, well, this is the way that it has to be. No, that's not what it is. You may have grown up in a different time than I did, of course, right? I'm not talking about Chad, but anybody else who's listening to this. Let's say you're 17 years old. You could be fucking 50 for all I know, right? Mm-hmm. You might have a different idea than I do. So what I'm saying is what I've got is what through my life that I have experienced.
Yeah.
That I personally thought were top 10.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did.
You know what I didn't do though? I messed up. I did not write down our parameters, and I know what they are, so we can.
I forgot.
Okay,
but I figured you would have remembered, and we would just kind of discuss them as we go.
So number one, I've got them. You want me to go through them?
Yeah.
Number one is cruelty.
Yes.
Right? So how this is going to sound a little weird, but how indigenously mean was this guy? Right? Like how naturally angry and cruel was this guy? Like did he set out to mess up somebody's life? So if he's walking,
is he malicious? Is it accidental?
Right,
and
exactly.
Accidentalness, or can
is he trying to accomplish a goal?
Yes.
And then in that goal, does he care about hurting somebody, or did he purposely set out to do it because he was enjoying it?
Yes.
Everybody knows what cruelty is. It's a word, right?
See, now I'm thinking of somebody else I would like to add to my list right now.
You're overthinking it. When we've got Chad in here, this dude told me, and it was probably about a week, right? Did we even talking about this?
What?
This whole episode idea was about a week.
I mean, we didn't really think about it until 3 days ago.
Okay, well, he was stressing hard until I was texting him today.
It was thousands of different villains.
He kept coming up and coming. He's like, well, I can only do 5. And I was like, no, you can't, dude. You are a movie buff.
Well, it's just too hard to narrow it down.
It is.
I mean, and the top 3 is easy.
Is it? I bet
for
you.
me, that was my easier.
We'll find out.
To know the top 3, but not to know which order I want to put them in.
I really hope to God we got the same number one. I'm fucking stoked. Okay.
We don't.
Okay. So that was our
I would be
number one.
really surprised if we did.
We're getting a little off topic.
It's on topic. Let's keep going.
Well, no. Yeah, I'm being a little bit of a jackass, but I wanted to finish the parameters so people don't lose their mind.
Yeah, cruelty.
Cruelty, and then number 2 was scope. Now, scope's a little weird when you think about it. So what I mean is this:
how much does he or she affect in this? The malicious intent.
I've got one female on my list.
Really?
Yeah. And I guarantee you it's not the same that you have.
I don't have any,
you blow my... Okay, well, then there you go. Yeah, so scope.
I don't know. All the females I thought of were too redeemable.
Huh?
All the females
too redeemable?
Yeah, it was too redeemable.
Well, I got a complete fucking...
Well, there was actually one. It's an honorable mention.
Okay. So we'll go through scope. So scope essentially means what was the end game here, right?
Yeah.
So... What was the scope of his evil plan? Was it world domination? Mm-hmm. Was it to satisfy some kind of sexual pleasure, which I would consider lesser than world domination?
Whoa.
Well, see, that's all artistic interpretation, which we're going to get into.
I would say that's depending.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the idea of scope. So how many people was it going to affect by what they were doing, right? The third, which I remember clearly, was redeemability.
Yeah.
Which was a detractor, which is different from the other parameters. Yeah. If you're redeemable, you are less likely to be higher on the list because somebody who's redeemable, they can make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, right? Yeah. But to be a true villain, you just don't give a shit about your mistakes, right? Okay, big deal, whatever. Right? So if you have a higher redeemable factor, you are less likely to be higher on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the fourth one. It just came to me. Potential. Yeah. So if this particular individual was unleashed
and had unlimited
resources, unlimited power, how far would they go to achieve what they wanted? So, for example, I have a particular person on my list who is simply just wants to set his life up to be as good as he can possibly. He don't care about ruling.
Oh my god! I think I know your number one now.
You might. He don't care about ruling the fucking galaxy. He didn't care.
Yeah.
This will drop you. This will drop you a hint right here.
Yeah.
He'll be on a beach in 10 months, earning 20%. I don't remember if that's the exact line, but it's close to it, right? Are you ready to get this motherfucker started? Who's going first? We haven't even decided. You know what? I'm a guest in your house. We're recording this in Chad's house. Therefore, I'll go second. What is your number 10? I can't wait for this bullshit.
Mine was Tetsuo from Akira.
I don't have him on my list.
See?
I know who he is, but I don't have him. Why is he on your list? How does he qualify?
So what is it? Cruelty? He has cruelty.
Okay.
I'd say out of 10, we should have done it with scales.
Why? No. I didn't want to go over scales, and I'll tell you why. Because then you're getting super meticulous, and then you're talking about a 2-hour show.
Well, 10 has to do with the scope.
You're going to say high, low, medium.
Oh, his cruelty's medium.
Okay.
I would say low, actually. Because when it gets into... it's hard to describe there. Because you don't really get to see the full potential. When he becomes the godlike mutation at the end of Akira, you see like he doesn't give a fuck, but he kills Kaori. But when he does, you can see the emotion, even though he's become this monstrous being. Now that's where the his redeemable factor comes in. That's why he's the lowest on my list, because in the end he is just a scared little boy who's trying to find his own place in the world.
Yeah.
He just happens to have a ton of power.
And he went a little nuts with it.
Do
you think that, and this plays into potential, do you think that if he knew what he could do, if he could continue what he was doing?
Well, that's what the whole movie is almost about. You know, he doesn't know his potential, and then he finds it, and he starts feeding on it. He starts, breathing into it and allowing it to consume him. And he wants the power, and he goes, this power, I can feel it. He's like, who's Akira? I want that god power.
That sounds like a pretty high potential to be a bitch in the future, right?
Yeah. But, he is very human, and I think he's very redeemable. So it brings it very low on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad entry.
Yeah.
Not on my list, but I agree with you. See, the best part is
he's not soulless.
The honorable mentions I've got 4. I don't know how many Chad has, but we'll drop them right before number 1.
Okay.
Because these are guys that deserve to be on there, but they lost, in my opinion, to a lesser equal, meaning that their archetype is exemplified in a member of the list, but they lost out to them. At least that's my particular opinion. So my number 10 is, and I'm going to give you a little movie quote to see if you know what it is.
Okay.
It's going to be obvious as fuck.
It probably won't be.
Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight. Hans Gruber rolls in at number 10.
Now this is interesting.
Yeah. You know why he's at number 10? Let me tell you. This guy comes in here. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, dude. He reminds me of I don't know the guy's exact name, but I believe it's Alfred Spaggieri. He's a French criminal that literally robbed a bank of millions of dollars, ate lunch in the bank over the weekend, and wrote on the walls without violence, without death, without anything, right? Hans strikes me as that character. So he's a guy that...
Except he has violence.
Well, he's got it. But that's only if you get in his way. I promise... I feel like if he went through the whole movie of Die Hard, and he's played by Alan Rickman, right? I feel like I need to give the actors credit. If he had his way, nobody would have got killed. He doesn't care. All he wants is money, like I said, to sit on a beach and earn 20% from whatever fucking company decided to fucking invest in, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. He didn't want to kill anybody. The only reason he shot a few people in the movie in interest of like not spoiling the entire movie. And Die Hard.
Fuck it, no, we're
about.
spoiling this stuff.
I can't remember the guy. It doesn't matter. I can't remember the guy's name anyway. The guy that he pops, the Hans Bobby guy.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about. Whatever.
Yeah. Dude, that's like trying to ship his wife.
Yeah, he fucking thinks like he's like, well, why negotiate $1 million deals for breakfast,
when he gets the Coca-Cola. He's like,
and then he goes, he's like, Hans, put away the gun. This is a movie. This is radio, not television. It's like, dude. So Hans Gruber is a guy that's highly intelligent, and he's frightening to me enough to be put on the list because it makes you think, what would happen if okay, I'm going to go ahead and put out a generalization. I think a lot of criminals are inherently silly, right? I won't say stupid. I'll say silly. Because I feel like to do something criminal in the first place, you have to have some screws loose.
Of course.
Right? That's just my personal opinion. What happens if you take a man who technically doesn't have those screws loose and he's just straight up intelligent? That's what Hans Gruber is.
Well, he's definitely a sociopath. I would say Gruber's definitely does whatever he can to gain advantage of a situation.
I don't know. If you look at what they give you in Die Hard, he's straight up, he's focused on one goal. He will kill anybody to
He will do
satisfy
anything
that
to
goal.
achieve that goal.
Right. But I don't see him being a cruel man. If he was cruel, he would have just popped McClane's wife 10 seconds.
It doesn't have to do with cruelty, because cruelty, being a sociopath doesn't mean cruel. It would he's not going to be cruel because it doesn't benefit him. He's not going to do something out of his way that doesn't benefit him. He's not a psychopath.
But that's what I'm trying to. That's the exact point I'm trying to get across. He does not care about anybody else's shit. He just wants to get his money and then leave. Yeah, like he's done. So that's why he's lower on the list. He's a smart guy, could be higher, but we're if you remember the parameters we're talking about, even potential, he'd rob the world.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't kill anybody if he could. He'd just take all the money that he could and just do whatever he wanted.
Yeah,
that's my number 10, man.
Good. It's kind of funny.
Why?
Well, you want to know my number 9?
Who's that? It's Hans. Who is it?
Well, I'm not a monster. Simon Gruber.
I wanted to put Simon on, dude.
I thought of doing Hans, but
I believe the line you're thinking about is I'm a soldier, not a monster.
I'm a soldier, not a monster.
I remember that one specifically.
Yeah, well, it's when it has to do with blowing up the school when he's talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't really do it. It's just soda pop. Yeah, and Hans was, I thought of it, but I didn't want to have both Grubers on my list.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
I really
so
didn't
I put Simon on there just because of he pretends that it's revenge for his brother.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck about his brother. Because his brother was an asshole. he knows it.
You know what I like though? The line I like, he's like,
I'm talking about Die Hard with a Vengeance here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't remember the year. But he says, he's like, not liking one's brother and not giving a damn when some dumb Irish flatfoot throws him off a window.
Yes.
It's two different things. So it's almost like, he's like, you know what? My brother was a jackass.
Yeah. I
don't care about him, but there's like, I'm trying to figure out why he really wants to go after McClane. Is it just because he thinks that McClane was such a lesser
it's a
than him and his
scapegoat.
brother?
It's a scapegoat. It's the sleight of hand so they could rob the bank.
Yeah.
Who's the one person in this city that could stop me? Well, John fucking McClane. That's who could stop him. Let's throw him off to the side. Keep him busy. Keep his buddies busy. While we dig through the ground.
You know what kills me about Simon?
What?
The most ignorant thing on the planet, according to the canon ending, is what screws him. The most ignorant thing on the planet, because he was 2 seconds away from getting away with that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about how he tried to get busy.
No, I'm talking about how the prescription bottle he gave to fucking John McClane, and then he looks the damn pharmacy up and all that good stuff, remember?
You're right.
Get out of here, dude. Shh. He did it.
It was something so simple. He didn't think of
it. It always is.
Mm-hmm.
For like the super smart guys, it always is something dumb that screws them over. I agree with you. He's got any aspirin? He's almost a mirror image of Hans. Yeah. Same deal. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He's just trying to get his gold and get the fuck up out of it.
Exactly.
And if anybody's ever played Grand Theft Auto 5 as like a note, I absolutely did the drill into the damn bank to take all the money. And I played the whole time I played Ants Go Marching In.
Yeah.
Die Hard 3 all day on my computer. I had to because that's where they were taking it from.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. Are you ready to go, or you got some more things to say about Simon?
No. These are top 5, not really.
Once you get into like the top 5s, when it's about to get like...
Well, this is the bottom 5. I mean,
how
these lists go. You don't know what's top and what's bottom.
Are you ready for... What am I? My number 9?
Yeah, you're on 9.
You're never going to guess this from this quote. Oh, I see. So you're continuing your search for hope. And this is one of those cross platforms that I'm talking about. It comes from a comic. We are talking about Magneto, played by Ian McKellen. And I don't remember the gentleman's first name, but I know his last name is Fassbender. Michael Fassbender?
Michael Fassbender.
Both of them, fabulous actors.
I actually prefer Fassbender now.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
They're both amazing. Here's the thing. They both play each generation of Magneto flawlessly. Because you get the old grizzled Magneto and you get the younger one.
I think Fassbender looks Magneto better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I wouldn't argue with you. The reason I put him on the list is he wants equality for mutants. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck how it happens.
Yeah.
I don't care if 100,000 people, 1 million people have to die. It's going to happen because it's the right thing to do in his mind, right? Yeah. So his potential is, look, as long as I get what I want, we're good. But the problem is what he wants is contradictory to almost half of the human population. And according to Magneto, he don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is true or not. A friend of mine told me this because I showed him my list before we did the show. And he was like, well, the relationship between Professor X and Magneto is like Malcolm X and
Martin
Luther King. Straight peace or any means necessary.
Yes.
And it's fascinating to me. This is what puts him on the list. So I'm a very good friend of yours. Yeah. I feel like in order to like really try to injure you physically, it would have to be something almost like metaphysical. Like it would have to be like religion or like something like super like high on anybody's list of importance. This, like the whole mutant equality thing, I understand as being like, okay, I want equality for everybody in America, but I'm not going to, in terms of the comics or the movie, hit you in the back with a steel beam and paralyze you in order for that to happen. That's what happens in the comic books. He has them with like a plank of wood or something. And I know in the movies he accidentally deflects the bullet and it hits him in the back. But still, even after it in the movies, he's like, well, shouldn't have gotten in my way.
Yeah.
And just floats off. It's like, dude, that's a cold dude. But I don't see him pulling the trigger on somebody like a Charles Xavier if he had to. I don't see it happening.
No.
I never see that happening.
He would definitely look at him and make sure he knows, hey, I'm more powerful than you. I can do this.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way.
Yep. That's why he's low tier.
Yeah.
Because he's not like a cruel guy, but he will see what he wants done, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Number 9, man, Magneto.
Yeah, that's good.
Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender. I swear to God, I hope his name is Fassbender.
It is.
Michael.
It is.
Michael. I know it's Fassbender, but Michael, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 8?
8.
1954. The original.
Godzilla?
The original, though.
Yeah.
Because I personally think the best 2 Godzilla movies, and really the ones that anybody should ever watch, are the 1954 original and the 2014 new one. Best Godzilla's ever made. The original, he's on the list because he don't give a shit. He's Godzilla. He's woken up, and he's just going to destroy your shit. He doesn't fucking care. He has no motivation. He's not redeemable. His scope? Well, he'd probably just destroy everybody if he had the chance. And the cruelty? The cruelty isn't there. It's that part of just not caring. So Godzilla isn't cruel, as so much as he is closer to just an animalistic.
You know what I'd say about him, though?
What?
He's almost like a representation of what we fucked up.
Oh, well, that's exactly the thematic elements of the first movie.
Yeah.
He's supposed to represent what we did when we discovered the atomic
Right,
bomb.
you're almost not supposed
we
to
unleashed the
hate on
power.
him. Yeah.
What do we do with it? We can't stop it now.
Well, we do what we know best, man. We try to destroy him.
We try to destroy it and cover it up.
Yeah, you
And
fight,
pretend it
you
wasn't our
fight fire
fault.
with fire.
Yeah,
That's such a wonderful metaphor.
Yeah.
He's not on my list.
Yeah.
But he's a wonderful, like, he deserves to be on there. And the thing is, for my list, I tried to stay away from bestiality, if that makes sense.
Dude,
no, not in the terms that you're
that's not the word you meant.
beasts in general. How about that?
I think maybe you meant to say bestiary. But
Bestiary. Yeah, there you go. Bestiary. Oh, shit. Let it roll. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Bestiary. Yeah, exactly. I tried to stay away from characters that were...
I tried, but I couldn't.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's perfectly acceptable. I think Godzilla's a wonderful choice.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a destructive monster. But guess what?
He's our monster.
Exactly.
He's us.
Yeah, that's perfect.
He's humanity, and that's what it represents.
Yeah.
Humanity unleashed.
I hit the mic.
You were good. It didn't go through.
Okay.
Go.
You ready for mine?
Yeah, I'm ready for your 8.
We're on 8. This is the one female I got on there.
Okay.
You got to finish the book, man. You got to finish writing it. That's what a lot of us care about. It's not a quote. I'm just coming up with it. I'm thinking how she thinks. The one female. I got Annie Wilkes as from Misery, Kathy Bates.
Oh, see, I've never seen the movie, but I've read the book.
Okay? So you're on the same plane.
Yeah.
I saw the movie. I haven't read the book.
You know, I've never been able to catch it on TV right from the beginning, and I want to.
She does such an amazing job at
It's Kathy
portraying.
Bates.
Huh?
So there's no doubt.
Exactly.
I mean, and when I read the book,
But-
I was picturing James Caan and Kathy Bates.
And if you haven't seen this movie, the idea is an author gets in a car crash and then a fan finds and picks him up. But then, like, over time, instead of calling, the ambulance or whatever, like a normal person would, she wants him to finish this book. And he won't.
Well, he writes a piece of shit. She
Well,
finds
it's not like that.
finds his manuscript for the final book, and she's like, "It's a piece of shit."
Yeah. She's like, I don't
Rewrite the
like
ending.
this. And he's like disagreeing with it. And then it culminates.
Yeah, he's like, "Bitch, it's not your book. I wrote
It
this."
culminates in, I'm going to ruin this. So if you want to watch this movie.
Don't worry about me. Like I said,
I'm
everybody
talking
read it.
about like
Anybody who's
listen.
watching this right now or listening to this right now, just realize we spoil everything.
it's true. We're just going to spoil everything.
We're just going to spoil everything today.
She and I don't want to. It doesn't really ruin the whole movie. It's just it's a piece. She fucking like puts a piece like a block of wood between this man's legs and breaks his legs. So at this point, she's
And she hovels him, yeah.
effing him up.
Yeah.
So that he
In the
has
book,
to
she
stay.
actually chops his legs off.
Yeah. So she stays like. She's so obsessed with him finishing this novel and having the characters
Yeah.
portrayed that she wants them to be portrayed.
Totally
That
self-motivated.
she's willing, exactly, totally self-serving. That she's willing to destroy another man's life, right? To get what she wants.
God, she's not redeemable at all because she fucking killed children.
Right. The reason I have her so low is because the scope of what she's trying to do is
It is
very
very-
self-centered.
it's
It
very
doesn't. She doesn't care
self-centered.
about the world. She doesn't care about
No, not at
nothing
all.
else other than finishing these books,
Yeah.
which makes it like super, super low
Yeah.
scale. But Kathy Bates, dude, does such a good job of being a psychopath. Like, I can't believe you haven't seen that movie. It's amazing. At least her portrayal is insane. That's
Yeah.
really what kind of like put her on that heavy hitter A-list / B-list, like American Horror Story cast kind of person. You know what I'm saying?
She's an amazing actress.
That movie is her
Definitely
is her
underrated
Shakespeare,
actress.
as you so eloquently put it in another podcast.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is her Shakespeare.
Yeah.
That's her swan song. That's
Yes.
the monster performance that she delivers.
Yeah.
Misery coming in at number 8. Kathy Bates, Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
Number 7.
This is my TV movie.
Look, we're sitting in these chairs that like the legs are a little bit unscrewed from the base
Yeah.
of the chair. So every now and then my really nice like $100 slacks
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Get caught in it, and I feel like they're going to get ripped. So I thought that's what wants to happen.
All right.
It's the only pair I got. I'm not a rich guy, as we discussed earlier.
No, he's just like, he's standing up now, so I'm just like wondering.
I'm going to the closet.
Okay.
That's where the magic happens. What is your number 7?
TV movie here, Pennywise, It. It's funny that we keep like kind of going similar things here. You do a Stephen King.
Say that one more time.
Pennywise from It.
The clown?
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
the spider demon.
yeah, go off. Because I got a little bit to say about that. He's not on my list. This
No.
is going to be great, man.
I think I would put him. The scope is just he wants to eat kids, so it's really not that much of a scope.
Horrible.
Which is horrible. Is a horrible thing. But it's not like it's self-serving. He's not trying to, take over the earth or anything. It's more of I need to feed. I'm a creature that needs to feed, and this is how I survive. I think mainly a lot of it is the terror he inflicts on the town and the way he does it. That way of feeding on their fears.
I was just looking for my list. I'm sorry. I distracted him. Go ahead. Keep going, man. I'm listening.
Yeah, but besides that, it's not... It's kind
All right, so you got cruelty.
boring.
Is he cruel? Do you consider him cruel? I would.
Yeah.
You know what, though? But then you have
Because
to get a little existential.
He's terrorizing people, but
get a little
he's doing that
existential.
to feed.
Exactly. So it's all like...
That's
self-serving.
part. It is self-serving, but so it's not like cruelty just for the sake of being cruel. That's how he eats.
You're a big X-Files fan. I know this for
Yeah.
a fact. If anybody listening to this has ever watched X-Files,
Yeah.
Season 1, Squeeze, Episode 2,
Yeah.
Eugene Toombs,
Yeah.
there's a huge debate. A lot of people love him as a villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love him as a villain. But then the question becomes, well, he's not... I mean, he looks like a human, but he's not a human because he's like a stretchy, liver-eating monster that only comes up to feed.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you hate him for trying to survive?
Yeah, exactly.
Therefore, if somebody brought a knife to your neck, would you not defend yourself?
Yeah.
Right? Or if you had to eat, would you not eat somebody else? And this is... Now we're getting crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, cannibalism, like... Not in the traditional sense,
Yeah.
but cannibalism with normal people, hikers and mountains or whatever, it
Yeah.
happens.
Yes.
Because that survival instinct will take over. So is it evil?
That's why he's still low on the list.
But
he's not even in the top 5.
He seems to be taking enjoyment in what he does vis-a-vis his laughter.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Why is he laughing?
Yeah.
Why is he laughing?
Exactly. Well, we can get into that. Like, basically, with that is he's a part of a species that they can gain power through the laughter, making people laugh. It goes into Stephen King's Dark Tower novels, and they're connected. And there's another of Pennywise, like his type of species. There's one of them in it, and they kind of go into that. And that one, instead of taking, feeding through fear, he feeds more through laughter and making people laugh so hard that it kills them. So once again, the laughter it tends to be more of a necessity than anything that could be considered cruel or evil. He's not redeemable at all, I wouldn't say, except for the fact that it's doing it out of sustenance instead of malicious intent.
Yep.
But I'd say that. That's my 7.
You ready for mine?
Yeah.
I don't have a quote because, like, everything I always looked up, I tried to find one that was not like 400 words long.
Yeah.
But you're going to be surprised by this one because I don't even know if you know that I know about these movies. And I really, really enjoyed the first one. Is Jigsaw.
Yeah, the first
John
one's the best
Kramer.
one.
Yeah. Why do I like him? Because he's a man who's clearly intelligent, right? He's a civil engineer or something like that before he develops a brain tumor. And he tries to kill himself. And the revelation he has after this failed attempt leads him to think that, oh my God, like I almost ended who I was, right? because of some moment of weakness, right? Mm-hmm. I have to stop. Then he comes with this unbelievable revelation. I have to stop people from doing this, right?
Yeah.
So you almost think like if you think in his mind, in Jigsaw's mind, he's thinking, I have to stop people from doing this. So it's almost it's a quasi redeemable factor because he sees it as being a justice to other people, right? He sees it as being like he's helping people from not making the same mistake he almost made, but in doing so, he's ruining people's lives and killing people, putting them in situations that they don't want to be in.
He does have malicious intent.
No, I don't think it's malicious intent. I really,
he does
honest
have
to
it
God,
though, because he's purposely inflicting pain.
But he's
putting him in a predicament that yes, they've done things that maybe he feels that they deserve, but
it's perspective, man.
But he does put them in a predicament where if you do the right thing, you won't get hurt.
You won't get hurt, right?
No.
But he's putting them in a moment of weakness on purpose because he knows that's their weakness.
Yeah.
So he's just effing with people's minds, and that's what makes him a great villain is he's trying to do what he sees fit, but just because you think something is right doesn't mean the whole world does.
Yeah.
And that's his flaw. Well, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He thinks he knows something more than you do. So if I walked up to the dude, if I walked up to him right now and told him what he's doing is bullshit, he'd tell me I'm a liar.
Yeah.
And he'd believe it.
Yeah.
But I don't see him as inherently cruel. But then he's putting like contraptions on people's faces and like ripping their jaws off.
Oh, he's definitely a sadist. So much so that he puts himself into his own puzzle so he can be closer to his two victims.
He's a little crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's that brain tumor, bro.
One of the best twist endings I've ever seen in my life, too.
At the first one,
yeah.
It's amazing. When he gets up, I watched
that first one. It's such a shame that they made like they're not so bad because they do kind of like carry on a story.
It's the fact that they made so many of them.
It's just the fact that they made it's just a bunch of torture porn.
Yeah.
And the first one is something different.
The first one's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's awesome in it too.
Yes, he is. I like the blonde hair guy. I can't remember his name though. I didn't look it up. He's a good actor.
He's a good actor. The whole movie is great.
Yeah.
And was it Tobin something or other that plays Jigsaw? I love him.
Tobin Bell.
Tobin Bell.
He's also a villain in 24. That's the first time I saw him.
He's in a lot of random good stuff. He plays a record store owner in Seinfeld. Great episode.
He's fabulous.
He is fabulous.
He's an excellent actor. Like doesn't matter where he goes. You can
very known, unknown,
put it this
recognizable
way.
face.
You can see him as a record store owner. You can see him as Jigsaw. You can see him as he's amazing. That's my number 7, man. Jigsaw John Kramer, bro. Tobin Bell.
That's a good one. I like that.
You got him on your list?
No,
nope.
Don't.
That's great. That's great. The less crossover, the more interesting the show. Mm-hmm. What is your number 6, man?
I'm gonna go with what I got here. I kind of want to change it around, but it's
go with what you got.
I'm putting him here because it's not so much one of my favorite portrayals of a character, but no, it's one of my more favorites. But Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate. As the devil.
Okay.
I think his interpretation of it is, he's got that.
You didn't drop it, dude. Vanity.
Yes.
You should have dropped it. Vanity.
He's got that slick.
What does he say about it? It's number 1 sin or something like that?
Oh. That's not the quote I was thinking of. Oh, okay. And my favorite quote is at the end when he's like, look, but don't touch. Yeah. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't love or something. I don't remember what it is. But don't lust. And he's trying to get his begotten son to sleep with his own sister. He's just trying to trying to corrupt this poor Southern boy that's trying to do good in the world. And
played by Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Which was a really good fit for him, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, the only problem with Keanu Reeves is he can't do an accent.
Okay.
So it's a little goofy when he's trying to do that deep, like, Georgian accent in the courtroom, and it's a little goofy. But Pacino, just that final scene when he's like, do it, come on, fuck your sister. And then Keanu Reeves looks at him and it's just like, there's always a choice. blows his brains out.
And then he's got the fire behind him. He's like, no!
That Pacino screams.
Yeah. Pacino is an honorable mention of mine. He's not in that particular.
You know, and he was
going
to be on here twice for the same honorable mention. I just thought it was a little too much for the two.
And I want to mention this to you. You know, I'm an autograph collector. I really wanted Pacino, but his signature is the most piss poor thing I've ever seen.
God awful looking thing.
It's literally
like if I
two steps away from like me taking a pen and just doing a loop.
Yeah.
And that's his signature. That's what it is. But I want,
so no,
you know what I mean? I want some substance.
You could never, like, if you
it.
want to resell it or.
Well, you can do that,
like
through PSA, but it's not inspiring. It's not an Anne Hathaway. It's not an Anne Hathaway.
Do you have an Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Dark Knight, Catwoman.
Oh, nice.
And she's straight up ANNE.
Yeah.
HA.
Yeah,
it goes through the whole thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. You got anything else?
No, I mean, it's such a. I still haven't gotten this is 6. I still haven't gotten a 5 yet.
He's a wonderful character in Devil's Advocate. Yeah. He is the advocate.
It's just, it's the devil, and I felt like the devil needed to be on here. The true, like, embodiment of our.
I've got one.
World Christian devil.
Yeah.
I've got something close.
So do I.
But
he's an honorable mention. He's not on the list.
No, this is on mine. The other one's on the list. But it's definitely, I felt like it deserved to be on there.
He does.
I mean, it's such an iconic thing.
There's so many
within
movies that I was scared that we were going to have a lot of crossovers, but so far we've done fucking amazing.
We've kind of gone similar, but
we're going to have one. I feel we're going to have one.
I don't
Simon and Hans was as close as a bitch.
I don't think we're.
Dude, I was so close to picking Simon.
Yeah,
but I couldn't. I couldn't.
I don't think we're going to cross over.
Okay, we might. You ready for my number 6?
Yeah, I'm ready for your number 6.
I'm your father, man. Darth Vader.
Really?
Vader's
you put it on there.
6. I put him on, and I'll tell you why. I almost fucking put Kylo Ren on my list, man.
I was almost put Emperor Palpatine. Because if anybody is actually, like, evil, it's Palpatine. I feel that Vader is just a victim of circumstance.
Vader, well, let me tell you about Vader, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Vader comes in number 6, and he is the last, in my opinion, redeemable character on my list.
Your list.
Everybody after this is a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Right? Vader is a victim of circumstance. He is. He was a very moldable mind, right? He's a guy that, like, I feel like, depending on who he ran into in his life, would dictate what he did in his life. Mm-hmm. And he just got in the wrong crowd, man.
Yeah.
Palpatine, dude. Twisted his brain, messed him up, and then next thing you know, he's choking out his pregnant wife, right? Almost to death. That's huge, dude.
Yeah.
Because
True.
In my opinion, like in my list,
you know, I look at the problem with it is I look at Vader and Anakin as two different characters.
I don't. They're the same guy.
They are the same guy.
Vader.
Barely.
Let me.
He's a cyborg and he's lost a lot.
This is what sold me on Vader. He gets to the point where he's making decisions that are his choice. Mm-hmm. At some point, I agree with Raiden, Mortal Kombat, right? Every man is responsible for his own destiny.
Yeah.
I don't care who fucking influenced Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker chose to murder 35 children in the Jedi Temple. Right. He didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. Nobody else is there.
What really brought that on?
Huh? It doesn't matter. Like in my mind, he's responsible for what he's doing, and he's walking around.
He made the choice.
Check this out. So if he's willing to try to kill his mentor Obi-Wan and try to crush the larynx of his wife who's bearing his child, right? Mm-hmm. What does he care about anybody else?
Yeah.
So he's walking around. If you okay, think about this.
I don't know. I almost see it as more like a serotonin.
A little empathy here. Let's say you're going to work, right? And you know your boss tasks you to do something, and you sort of kind of don't get it complete on time, and then your boss kills you.
Yeah,
he kills you. That's Vader.
Yeah.
People, like, if you look at the officers, and I love the officers, I wish I had all their names. They deserve to be listed.
Oh, when they look,
they're so terrified. They're like, oh my God. He's like, I have to tell Vader we effed up? Yeah. Dude. Like, that's a look they have. Yeah. And then they talk to him, and we're fucked. And then he's like, Vader, he goes like, Vader, I'm not sure how to tell you this, but he's like Han Solo. He got through the blockade, and then it's because he's choking their throat like the next second. He doesn't care, kills him, and then he's like, "All right, Admiral, whatever, you're in charge, bro.
Yeah.
Run this thing right." Who does that?
Yeah.
He can just waste human life like he doesn't even care. That's Anakin Skywalker's choice. I don't care if whoever influenced him to do whatever. But let's bring it home. Let's bring it home.
Emperor Palpatine
We're going to end the Darth Vader thing. He's redeemable.
He is redeemable.
His son brings him back, man. Luke Skywalker, dude. He's getting electrocuted, and he goes, you know what? This is all a bunch of bullshit.
My boss is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can say that, and he's like, you know what? This whole thing that I've bought into is a bunch of garbage.
It really, it's like someone who's been hypnotized by Scientology.
That's Scientology. I mean, somebody who's been hypnotized. Period. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
I was gonna say by Scientology because it's fun,
but somebody who's been hypnotized. Hypnotized is a wonderful word.
And then they come out of it, and they're like, "What was that bullshit I believed in?
What?
I can't fucking
and
believe it."
And he's watching somebody getting tortured that he knows is a straight up pacifist. Luke Skywalker, pacifist.
Oh, such a pacifist.
There's no reason to electrocute him to death.
No.
And he comes out of it, and then next thing you know,
he basically comes there to like, "Hey, Dad, come on with me."
Yeah. Right. That's all he's saying. It's like he's dying. He's dying, dude. And he's like, "Father, please," like getting electrocuted. Yeah. He knows, dude. And he's like, okay, this is some BS. I'm going to fix this. Therefore, last redeemable character, Darth Vader, James Earl Jones voice, David Prowse body, together, monster, number 6. Who is your number 5?
Kevin Spacey in 7.
Oh, John Doe.
Yep.
You know what? You know what's gonna blow your mind before you like ruin the whole movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
Are you fucking serious?
I swear to God, I don't know nothing about it. So if you want to go off on a rail, I'll step out of the room. But I really like.
God, what the fuck? Really?
I know nothing about it. I know that more. I think Morgan Freeman's in it.
So much
Brad
doesn't
Pitt's
even matter because he's not in it till the end. And when
I saw him on a list.
There's all the murders and there's that he does and commits, and he has no redeemable quality. He's very selfish. He's got a scope. His scope is I would cleanse the world of everyone if I could.
Albert Wesker.
But it doesn't. You don't see him till the very end, and he just shows up in the police station when they don't know where the fuck he is, and he just shows up with blood on his hands and goes, "Officers, I believe you're looking for me."
This is your number 5, right?
This is my number 5.
Is this the beginning of the unredeemable?
This is the unredeemable.
Okay.
He's unredeemable.
Okay.
God, now I can't believe you've never seen it.
I've wanted to for years.
I have a copy of it.
I almost remember in like '97. We'll watch it together.
Well, it's.
I remember it coming out.
It's David Fincher, so that's why it's so good.
Adventure.
David Fincher directed it, so it's early Fincher too.
Yeah.
Damn.
God, I mean, go off. If you want to go off about the character, go off. He's on your list.
No, because it's hard. It's no fun to go off by myself. I would like to go back and forth with it. This is you can feel the.
I know he's a big deal.
You can feel the timbre in my voice. Like it's a great.
Just
you would love it.
To add merit to your choice, I screened like maybe 15 different lists like throughout like the internet.
Yeah.
And he was on like probably 13 of them.
Really?
And I just skipped over it because I hadn't seen the movie. And I didn't want to F it up for myself.
Well, you know what?
That's something we can do, man.
Let's just.
What else do you have to say about him? Because I don't want to jip you out of your choice. You can say things about him.
The cruelty to what he does with his crimes, because he goes through the 7 deadly sins and the way he goes about it. Like, the vanity is one where he basically disfigures a girl.
Yeah.
And says, hey, you either kill yourself or call the hospital.
Yeah.
But you're going to be disfigured the rest of your life. And what does she do? Kills herself because he knows she's going to. He knows his victims. He's studied their victims, what their crimes are. With a lawyer, it's gluttony, and he cuts off a piece of the fat from his stomach and weighs it on a scale. And it's just with sloth, he tortures a guy for years and like keeps him tied up. You just need to watch the movie. Damn, I don't give a shit about ruining it for the listeners. But we've been friends forever.
I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't listening to what you just said for like the past 15 seconds. Not because I didn't respect what you're telling me, but personally, I didn't want to have it ruined for me. I know he goes through the 7 deadly sins and that kind of thing.
Let's just move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's an amazing...
As long as whoever's listening understands that this is number 5. 5, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's number 5. Okay, just because the end of the movie and the way he speaks, it's that I don't know, I just never got around contempt for all humanity.
I got this one right here. You ready for my number 5, man?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to know this. You're going to know it.
What?
Think about when you're a kid, right? Long live the king.
See... I got a lot to say about that movie.
Okay,
I don't really like it, and never have.
Okay, but what am I talking about?
What are you talking about? Lion King.
Mm-hmm. Scar.
Yeah.
Why is Scar on the list? And I'm going to tell you why. He's the only animated character I got on the list. That's it.
That's it.
I debated between Jafar, Ursula, the dude.
You should have done Gaston,
huh? I debated between Gaston. I mean, whatever. Let me tell you about Scar, dude. Scar, if you think about him in a person, don't think about him as a lion. Excuse me.
No.
Hold on. Let me finish this.
I can get into it.
Don't think about him. I'm talking to the people.
Yeah, I can get into it.
Don't think about him as like a lion on a pride. Think about him as a man. Okay. We're gonna get real personal. We're gonna get real personal real fast.
He basically raped an entire tribe of women.
Not even that.
Think about that.
Not even that.
And his own niece.
But we're getting to like the core of his problem, right?
Yeah.
What is his problem? So I'm 29 as of today. It's my birthday today.
Yes.
Everybody's saying happy birthday. Thank you. Right?
Yeah.
I'm 29 years old. I'm pretty much broke. I'm not broke. I mean, I'm a college student, whatever. But I have a brother who's 30. This dude has a wife, a child, a house.
Yeah.
He's a psychologist. He's making $100,000 a year, right? I look at well, okay, we'll clap your hands, whatever. I look at him, cool. I love my brother. I'm glad he's doing well. I hope I can do as well. Scar looks at him, and Scar goes, as in Mufasa, this motherfucker. This is Scar's mind. He's like, this fucker thinks he's smarter than me, thinks he's better than me. And the worst part is this: Mufasa loves Scar.
The difference there is Mufasa's the younger brother.
True, sure. So there's a little bit of manipulation.
Yeah.
But still, Mufasa still loves Scar. And he's like, oh, he's a good guy, whatever, leave him alone. Yeah. And then when Mufasa needs him, this man, this lion, murders him. Straight up cold blood. And that's not what kills his chances, right?
Yeah.
Cruel because he straight murders his brother.
Yeah.
Second, he tells his brother's son, you better get the hell out of here, dude. You don't know what's going down here.
Yeah.
This is about to get crazy. And he knows he's sending his little nephew off to die.
Yeah. Well, because he's too much of a coward to kill him himself.
He's too much of a coward to kill himself.
That's what makes him very
Why wouldn't he just destroy him?
He'd be more redeemable if he killed him himself.
This is what makes him unredeemable, is the fact that you get to the end of the movie and Simba beats his ass, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he gets down there in the pit. No. First of all,
he cowers.
First of all, he says he's going to leave, right? Oh, I won't do nothing. Then he throws ash in his face, right? So that's the number one jackass move.
The dirt move.
And the second one is he gets defeated, finally gets thrown down in the pit. Here come the hyenas. And they're like, well, why haven't you been respecting us and why haven't you been helping us out? And he's lying through his teeth to his last breath.
Yeah.
How do you find any redeemable quality in a individual who can't tell the truth? He cannot tell the truth.
To save his life.
He's lying to save his life. He's literally lying till the end.
Yeah.
To the end.
That is a very good one.
And then when he takes over his megalomaniacal plan, if you listen to his "Be Prepared" song, my teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. Oh, you're gonna get all your rewards. And then you see him on the throne, and he's straight up reaping everything. He's eating all the bounty. He's not giving it to anybody. He's a completely selfish bastard. And then when you corner him, he lies till he dies.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Completely.
What number was that? Number
I
5?
think
That was the number 1. Yeah, number 5.
That was number 5. That's when we
Jackass. Scar, played by Jeremy Irons. Absolutely.
Jeremy Irons. Huh?
Yeah, Jeremy Irons. Simon Gruber.
Who was on here on our list? See?
Simon Gruber, man.
Yeah,
and we
that's
crossed
weird.
over in the extra plane. So let's see if we can do it regular. What is your number 4? This is getting real. I can't wait. Top 3. Top 3 is going to get serious. What time are we at, by the way? I just want to wonder. I'm just curious.
55 minutes.
All right, cool.
So it might be a little shorter show today, which might go good.
Hopefully.
We kind of went over last time. Jeez. Ridley Scott's 1985 fantasy picture, Legend. The character, Darkness. Played by Tim Curry.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Legend. The only thing I associate with the word legend is it that horned monster that you've been scared of forever. Okay, I know what that is.
Since a child watching this movie,
I know what it is.
Terrified me.
Why is that?
Well,
he looks more like Satan than anybody.
Exactly, and of course that's what he's.
I know exactly.
It's the voice, the cruelty. I mean, the man is a certifiable god that lives inside of a dark realm of a black mirror. But that's not enough power for him.
What is he?
He's darkness.
In origin.
He's darkness.
So he's basically evil.
He's basically the devil. He's Ganondorf. He is it,
evil incarnate.
He's
right?
an evil incarnate.
Okay.
That's not enough for him. So what does he have to do? He's got to kill the last 2 unicorns left in the world. What a piece of shit.
Well, hold on. You have to rail that in for me, because now I'm coming at you as somebody who's never seen this movie, and which is a fabulous perspective.
There's two last unicorns within this fantasy world.
Yeah,
and he wants their horns so he can gain more power.
Yeah,
and bullshit.
Yeah,
and the only way to get the horns is to cut their horns off, which kills them.
Yeah,
kills one of them. They're about to kill the other one, and it like escapes. Winter befalls your universe and whatnot. Well, that's not enough for him. He's got to capture a girl to try to make him his wife. So he's killing the unicorns.
Why would he do that?
Because it's Tom Cruise's girlfriend.
That's why he's.
It's Tom Cruise's love interest.
Why? Okay.
I mean, he needs a bride. He just talks in this like weird.
So he's essentially an unhinged monster.
He's supposed to be Satan, or the embodiment.
I got it. So he's essentially the devil. It's the second time he's popped up on your list.
I know.
But he is the root of all evil.
He is the root of all evil.
So
I think it's it's so much more the direction of Ridley Scott. That slow.
We gotta
it's a
watch
very
this
slow
movie,
film,
dude.
man. And it just.
I'm interested
his
in
presence,
it.
The scope, because it's definitely a creature that in his scope he would destroy everything.
Yeah.
No redeemable qualities.
That automatically means potential is like through the roof.
The potential is through the roof.
No redeemable.
That's why he's trying to gain more power.
He doesn't care what's left. He'll just wipe out whatever he's got to do, right?
You know, it's been a while since I've actually watched the movie, so I couldn't tell you his specific goals.
Let's check it out.
Of course.
I mean, not now.
I've got a copy of it. Yeah. We'll watch it sometime. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your number 4?
That's my number 4. Mainly because of the portrayal of the character by Tim Curry.
Why do I know that name?
Because he's on my list twice. He's Pennywise in it.
Okay.
This man right here.
I want to take a look at him. Oh, Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly who he is. Yeah, he's a dude from Home Alone 2. Right?
Uh-huh.
I got it. Tim Curry. Dude, you know what though? That we didn't talk about? He was actually in running to play the Joker in the 1989 Tim Burton Batman.
You're right.
Yeah. He would have been great, by the way. He
would have been
I don't know if he would have taken over Nicholson, but you never know. You never know.
I think he would have.
He's got the look.
Better.
He's got the look, man. He could do that.
He would have nailed the Joker as a character better. Yeah. Jack Nicholson nails the Joker as Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I could not be any more in sync. Yeah. Are you ready for where are we at? My number 4?
3?
No. 4. We're not that serious at number 4. I got him right here.
That was my number 4.
Yeah. Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
You don't like Beethoven. And you know what it is. You know what it is. No. I don't even want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. Norman Stansfield.
Yeah.
Leon the Professional. Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
That's it.
Greatest living actor.
LSD dropping. Acid tripping.
He's probably more on PCP and speed than anything.
PCP, whatever speed.
Everything. I mean, he's DEA agent.
DEA agent. Coked up. Gary Oldman.
Piece of shit.
Let me drop like the line for you here real quick. So
Beethoven.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, just the way he walks through the way he walks through the bead curtain with a little roll of the hand. He's to set this guy up. He's basically a DEA agent, right? The character. And he's a drug enforcement agency. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to stop illegal drugs from coming into the country. He's doing every illegal drug probably possible, right?
Yeah, of course he is.
And then he's in contact, in the beginning of the movie, he's in contact with this man who has decided to start dealing drugs. And then in Natalie Portman's debut, rolls into the house because the guy is late on his delivery or whatever, and just wastes the guy, wastes his wife, wastes their daughter, and then tries to shoot the other girl, who is Natalie Portman, who's like 10 years old, and can't find her. So in the scope of the movie, he's essentially he's a piece of trash. Like, he's a piece of trash.
Yep.
He's a man who takes a job that says you take an oath to whatever the hell they take, right? Keep the drugs out of the country. You don't want any illegal substance coming in here. You know what that means. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what your job is. And he straight up facilitates it. He uses the fact that he has this job as a cover to facilitate the illegality of the drugs that he's trying to stop, right? What bigger piece of trash can you think of? That's like working in a port.
Kills kids.
That's like shoots children. Doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't care. If you watch the movie,
and he doesn't even really have motivation either. It's just like
it's like he doesn't care.
Whatever.
He wants more drugs.
I will say the drugs are probably definitely a big part of that, but he chooses to do the drugs. So
yeah. He's straight up addicted, and he's got a team of men who will listen to whatever he says, and he does not give a shit. Period.
No,
he would use. Let me explain
anything at his any resource within his grasp to achieve a goal. So there's potential. The potential is that man. It's unescapable. You cannot fathom it, because if he could do whatever he wanted to do, this psychopath would probably run the world. Yeah. Into the ground. Oh, into the ground for his own, within a day.
For his own personal gain.
He's got that little bit of a Joker quality to it, this character.
Has a little bit. My favorite line of this guy is straight up in the beginning, and he's losing his mind on drugs. Yeah. I don't remember what the hell he's talking about. He's like, oh, we can... He's like talking about what he can hear. He's like, oh, you can hear it in here. You know what I'm talking? You know what I'm getting? He's like, you can hear it moving. He's like, you can hear it in the grass. It's like so weird. He's like so...
I love these calm little moments before the storm. You know why? Because he knows he's going to murder that entire family. He has no intention of receiving any goods from this man.
This is what does it for me. The guy's crawling on the ground. This is all beginning movie stuff. So I don't ruin anything for you. He's blasting this guy with like a 357 once, twice, three times, thrice, and he's still crawling on the ground. This motherfucker is reloading his weapon.
He's reloading.
He's reloading to start shooting him again.
The guy, he's fucking
no
dead.
Threat. Yeah. What a fucking
And
psycho.
They look at him and go, calm down.
Stan, calm down. Wait. What's his what is his reason for telling? Why is Stan still shooting this guy over 5 times? Why is he still shooting him? What did he do?
Put a hole through his jacket.
He ruined his suit. He ruined my suit.
He ruined my suit. That's calm.
Literally
my
the
suit.
excuse. Yeah, I'm calm. What are you talking about? The guy fucking put a hole in my fucking $200 suit.
Perfect. I mean, Gary Oldman's portrayal as him as a character, like even till the end, he's just like, "Hey, I got you. I'm gonna kill you."
Are you talking about Natalie when she's in the bathroom?
No, I'm talking about the end when they're in the alley. And Norman shot him in the head. And he looks at it and he goes, oh, where are you going to go now, Leon? And Leon pulls the ring of the grenade and gives it to him. And Stan looks so
he figures
annoyed.
He figures it out though.
And he's just like, son of a bitch, you've got me. He figures it real quick.
Drop the line, dude.
What?
Leon's line.
Oh, this is for the blood coming out of his mouth and everything.
Oh, it was such a tragic scene, though.
Yeah.
Dude. I was really disturbed by that for a long time.
Yeah.
Because then we're getting into the movie, so I won't go that far into it. But yeah.
What a great movie.
What a great movie, great villain.
Mm-hmm.
Complete, unredeemable motherfucker.
Yeah.
That was my number 4. What's your number 3?
Well, it's Norman Stansfield.
Okay. Well, then there you go. We can
I don't know what to do
No, that's
now,
fine.
you
I
know?
mean, that's your number 3, number 4.
I mean, he's just, and the only reason he's not number 1 is,
Chad actually showed me his phone like 10 seconds before I started talking about him, and I refused to read it, but now I know why.
yeah.
Because they're so close together.
Yeah.
But he deserves to be on there. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
knew
just
we were going to... I'm surprised that it took to, what, number 3 for us to get a crossover?
Well, the
That's
only
not
reason
bad.
he would have been number 1 is because it's my favorite actor and one of my favorite portrayals that actor has done, and probably my favorite villain. But as a villain, I don't think he's the worst. I don't think he's the worst.
And he shouldn't be. No. You know why?
Why?
Straight up scope. He's
Straight up scope.
selfish as a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. If you're selfish, you only care about satisfying yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have some utopian, society where you rule
he
it.
doesn't want to control anybody. He's not going to have like a harem of women.
Exactly.
He's just going to like probably die.
Yep.
That's what he would do with
out of
power.
his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Coked out of his mind.
That's exactly what he would do with his power. He wouldn't do anything significant with it. He's not Palpatine.
He wastes his life.
Yeah, he would just waste his life. Potential isn't there.
Yep.
Yeah.
He would straight up.
He with all the
he'd
power.
probably end up dying of a drug overdose.
Very quickly.
But as soon
Yeah,
as you got
he'd
whatever
be
you
given
want,
military control of America, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Meh."
gone.
Yeah.
Coked up. Gone.
Yeah, done.
It's
So-
funny because you actually are we ready for?
But no,
mine?
what were you saying?
No, I'm waiting for you.
No, go ahead.
Are you ready for my number?
Yeah, let's just go to your number
You
2.
mentioned him. You already said his name.
You're number 3.
I got to get a quote. Hold on. No, I don't. Fucking Palpatine, man.
Yeah, okay.
You brought him to my mind.
Yeah.
When you first mentioned him, we were actually debating. Like,
He's just
within,
number
like-
1 almost. Like,
Yeah, you were like, well, I mean, number 1's got to be Palpatine, and I debated it, and
Yeah.
I still don't think he's number 1, and I'll
No.
tell you why.
you're
If
never
you-
going to get my number 1. I can't
Huh?
show you my number 1. Keep going. Go on.
Well, let me tell you why he's number 3. Palpatine wanted a. It's twisted.
Ah.
Hold on. He wanted a utopian society. He wanted a society that he ruled.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem: people consistently contribute the cruelty of the individual stormtrooper soldiers to Palpatine, and I think that's bullshit.
Well, he can't
it's
control
bullshit.
a billion soldiers. It's impossible.
Exactly, across planets and planets and planets of people. So
Fucking
somebody's getting
star
beat up in an
system.
alley. It doesn't mean Palpatine told him to beat the guy up in an
Yeah.
alley. Palpatine wanted to control a world that he thought was going to be adequate, which was going to be the Sith are going to be in control.
Well, because he
right?
thought the Sith were the worthy
Exactly.
rulers.
Exactly. So he's going to put people in control, and he's going to beat them into submission if he has to. But I mean, people say, oh, he's so cruel. I don't think he's cruel. I think he wanted to corrupt Anakin. He wanted to, hold
you
on,
don't
hold
think
on.
he's cruel?
No. I think he wanted to corrupt Anakin.
Doesn't he speak about his own cruelty?
Nope. The only thing he talks about, he killed his master.
I just mentioned
What does that do to
that face of his and those disgusting teeth?
Listen, people make shit up in their mind, and they take shit from the expanded universe that no longer is canon. So we're going to go ahead and throw that out the
I
window.
don't really know any of that stuff anyways, except for Shadows of the Empire.
Exactly. So let's just throw that in the trash. Let's
Yeah.
just take the movies for what
Oh,
they
no,
are.
I'm just
okay,
talking about-
what does his cruelty extend to? Killing his master in his sleep, Darth Plagueis, right?
Yeah.
Killed him in his sleep because he was too powerful for him.
That sounds pretty nice, actually.
Exactly.
Didn't let him suffer.
Why did he corrupt Anakin? Because he knew Anakin would take his ass down.
Oh, yeah.
If he didn't.
That's
Right?
that's a piece of that potential. Has so much potential. He knows who can destroy him.
Palpatine controls the goddamn universe.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
a galaxy.
Galaxy, universe, whatever is in the known universe of Star Wars, this man wants to
Which is
control.
a galaxy.
Therefore, okay, whatever it is. So his potential is to the max. It doesn't matter if they discover a whole another section of the universe, right?
Yeah,
More
he would-
galaxies.
he would
take it over.
he would continue
He's not
outside
gonna
of the
let
galaxy,
somebody
yeah.
else rule it, right?
Yeah.
but I don't see him having people run door to door and just slaughtering people. I just don't. I mean, even when he talked, and this is my trump card. He's talking to Anakin right after he gets disfigured by Mace Windu in Revenge of the Sith, right? Mm-hmm. And he's laying out his plan. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna destroy the Jedi, and they're gonna get murdered because they're a threat to him."
Yeah.
And then we're gonna slowly take over all these worlds. And he says it just like this, almost as if he's letting go a release. He's like, "And then we shall have peace." There'll be peace when it's his world, right?
When it's his
when
way,
it
his
conforms
version
what
of
he
peace.
wants, which
Yeah.
is what makes him a villain. But he doesn't mean he wants to kill everybody. He just wants to kill whoever's a threat to him. Therefore,
No, he's just
he
a
drops in,
fascist.
huh?
He's just a fascist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's not somebody who's like, people keep, and I say people, all of my friends, except with the exception of you,
Yeah.
come at me, "Oh, he's the most evil." No, how is he evil, dude? You cannot be responsible for every individual in your army. If that were the case, what would you think of George Washington, right? Okay,
Yeah.
George Washington was an evil guy, right?
Yeah.
But I guarantee you there were people in the Revolutionary War that did stuff that were not suitable, right?
Of course.
Hanging people, whatever. Who cares, right? That has nothing to do with the general. Mm-hmm. But people will do that. They will, anything that's evil, they will automatically link back to Palpatine. And I think that's just because the narrative in the movies does that to you.
Well, it's also because of the movies themselves, of what they represent, and how they've leached into every aspect of our society.
Yeah.
It's our modern myth. It's our Odyssey. It's the Iliad.
Yeah.
And
So-
you can't escape it now. So it's part of your life.
Yeah. Number 3 for me, Palpatine, Ian McDermott.
Hey, you think while we're on Palpatine, you think Snoke is Palpatine?
I thought, let's put it this way.
I think if it's not, that they're really
He's not Palpatine.
I think it's stupid if it's not.
Snoke would be Plagueis.
But we've never seen Plagueis, so the point of doing that, like, we know about Palpatine as he's basically the enemy of the saga.
I'm going to drop a couple lines for you. This is from my expanded universe
Yeah.
knowledge, and which is not vast, but I know
Yeah.
a little bit about it. The race that Snoke is supposedly the same race that Plagueis was, right?
Yeah.
Same race. If you look up a picture, I swear to God, you go on Google right now, you type in Darth Plagueis and type in Snoke, they look the same.
Yeah.
He's got the scars all over his mouth. If you look at Plagueis,
I know, but
something
it's
happening
so
to him.
lame if they do that.
Huh?
Because it would just work so much better thematically.
I disagree.
That's Palpatine.
I disagree. Let me
Who's
tell you
Plagueis?
why.
Plagueis
Let me
is
tell you
nobody.
why. No, that's not true. Plagueis. Hold on. Let me say this before. Okay, you go ahead.
Deep down into the storyline of the world of Star Wars, yes, Plagueis is godly in a sense because he's the one who trains Palpatine. But he's only mentioned one time in one movie. That's it. You never hear about him again. They never talk about him again. You've never seen him. Nobody mentions him. To do that would just be...
You're saying it would be nonsensical because he's not existent in the movie
He's
universe.
nonsensical because it's like instead of Luke, they had Dash Rendar. Mm-hmm. You just had like some random kind of expanded universe character that nobody's ever seen. You don't have a connection.
You don't.
with it.
Yeah. What you're saying is exactly. I
With
got you.
Palpatine, you fucking hate Palpatine.
Yeah. And he has the scars because it could be.
Well, I mean,
it could
he was
be that electricity.
electrocuted and thrown down a fucking.
Yeah. So they could go that way, but
Yeah.
let me lay on my.
Yeah. And then we'll move on because I'm
That's fine. That's not a big deal.
No.
Let me tell you about Plagueis. Plagueis is essentially Satan, right?
Yes.
He's at least that has been mentioned by Palpatine in the Clone Wars.
In the series?
Yeah.
Okay.
He talks about how he kills him in his sleep.
Yeah.
Plagueis, as far as we know, is the genesis of evil.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they go way back. But according to the movie universe, we know Plagueis existed.
Yeah.
Plagueis is the same.
He does exist as canon.
He would be... What's worse than Palpatine? The guy who corrupted Palpatine.
Yeah.
So if he's still there, he would be a nightmare. You would say, "Holy shit!"
Oh, great idea for
Think about it,
villain.
but put it in your mind. Imagine like the average moviegoer goes to a Star Wars film and they say, "Oh, this is the fucker that made the Emperor."
But the average moviegoer isn't going to know who that Plagueis is.
That's up for debate.
No, it is. The average, like, not, hey, I like Star Wars. Like, if I could talk to my dad's seen every Star Wars, he would have no idea who Plagueis
Yeah,
is.
I agree with you.
But if you
I
showed
agree
him
with you.
Palpatine, you know exactly who Palpatine is.
That's up for debate. But in my opinion, I think he's Plagueis. You think he's Palpatine? We'll see what
I
happens.
think it should be Palpatine. I don't. If it's not, then they're really wasting the potential.
They cloned him in the expanded universe, but that was stupid.
I don't care about the extended universe. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
It's another dimension. It's not part of the main story.
Okay, I agree. No, I agree. I sort of agree with you.
I mean, unless they get really lame and it's like
You think it should be
Rilo
Palpatine?
Ken from the future.
I personally think it should be Plagueis. You think it should be Palpatine?
Well, I mean, I personally think it should be Jar Jar Binks, but that's not here nor there. But that's because I go on the theory that Jar Jar was meant to be Plagueis.
What is your
and
number?
George Lucas copped
We're
out.
not even what? Like what?
Yeah, he copped out.
You being serious?
Jar Jar Binks was meant to be Darth Plagueis. It's the whole on the journey to see the wizard and you meet a frog and turns out that the frog is actually the wizard.
Yeah,
because that's what Lucas was
there's
obsessed with
no
that.
way.
That's what Yoda is. That's what Jar Jar was meant to be. There's specific scenes in Phantom Menace when Jar Jar's lips move, he says something. You can clearly see what he's saying. 2 seconds later, Qui-Gon says the exact phrase that Jar Jar says. It was meant to be, but because of the fan reaction, and this is one of the problems I have with fan reactions and the internet and the whole, because remember, the internet was very in its infancy and people complaining about movies. That movie came out and everyone thought they deserved a film of a certain quality and they didn't get it and they felt robbed. So what did they do? Oh, let's complain about a character. There's 2 more movies. You have no idea what the potential for that character was. And what a twist it would have been, because there is no twist in the prequels. There's no twist. You know everything that is coming in those movies. You know everything. So you needed that. You needed something like that. And it would have been amazing if all of a sudden they turn around and there's Jar Jar, eyes tucked down, teeth snarled, and he goes, "It's a Mia." You know?
I think that would have been the biggest misstep in movie history.
No one
straight up think
No
he's-
one have.
I think he's straight up comic relief, and they fucked up.
That would have
because-
been the best part. You wouldn't have seen it coming.
No, I
It would have been.
absolutely, Chad,
It would have been to the level of Luke, I'm your father.
I agree with what you're saying, but I think it would have fell flat on its face. Simply because
I think it only falls flat on its face because the movies kind of fall flat on their face because it's poorly directed.
I think over CGI is what killed it.
It is. Well, it's the fact.
I
that
think, I
there was nobody
swear to
there.
God, if they had more straight up regular sets.
Well, yeah, there was nothing to
that
act
were
to.
built.
It was bad acting. Well, no, it wasn't bad acting.
If you,
it
know
was
what?
just
If you listen to
too much digital. It was too much digital.
I can't remember. Do you have that? I think you have the same set I do.
Yeah.
Of the 3 original
Yeah.
movies. It's like that platinum. Remember, like that little platinum case that had all 3 of the original movies.
The
You know what I'm
old
talking
one?
about?
Yeah, yeah.
And then somebody was on there that said that Lucas's directing, he straight up just said faster, more intense,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
That's all. That was it.
Yeah.
So if you watch those prequels, which he directed,
Yeah.
I swear to God,
Well, he
like-
shouldn't have directed them. That was the problem.
right. But what I'm saying to you is, you can almost hear him saying that to these
Faster,
guys.
faster, move faster.
more
He's gotta go
intense,
faster.
faster, more intense,
Yeah.
faster, more intense, and they don't emote the way they're supposed to with an actual
Yep.
director like Irving Kershner and whoever else was in there.
Well,
Right?
yeah. I mean, you get it. You get it from Ewan McGregor.
Hugh McGregor was Jesus. You know, he was in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
He's like, Ray, this is the first step
Yeah.
in a large journey, or some BS
Yeah.
like that. That's
Yeah.
great. Who's your number 2, man?
Yeah, we're gonna fucking Star
huge, we're
Wars
huge
now.
Star Wars fans, so we're
I mean,
gonna
everybody's
do
like-
an episode
yeah.
on it. We're gonna dissect the living
My number
shit
2?
out of it. Yeah. Drop a quote. Don't say his name. Drop a
Oh,
quote.
I can't even drop a quote. It's been like so long since I've seen a lot of these
Look it up.
movies. But
No, don't waste time.
don't
Just
waste
drop
time
it.
looking it up.
Drop it.
Oh, the
It better be good, dude. We're talking top 2.
the Kurgan.
The Kurgan.
The Kurgan
What is that? Explain. From what?
from
movie?
Highlander.
The original Highlander.
The original Highlander. Played by Clancy Brown, the Kurgan. Oh, it was your woman. I didn't know. He's such a scumbag. He's so scummy that he comes back like 400 years later. And he's just like, hey, I didn't kill you yet. Oh, and I forgot.
That's pretty bad, though.
I raped your friend's wife. Oh, it wasn't your friend's wife? It was your wife? Even better. He's just so scummy. And let's look at the potential and what his goal is.
You know what the best part is?
To become the one.
400 years later. God.
He's still after
God.
Connor. Like
400 years.
Maybe it was like 200, 300. I think it was like 400.
He would, though. I could see him doing it.
He's so scummy. And he just, when he shows up, when he originally shows up and he's like that Hun or whatever the hell he's supposed to be, he's like got this disgusting like outfit on, and he's that way of talking, and he looks like some type of addict. Yeah. An addict for the quickening is what he's an addict for. And he gets to the end, and I mean, really, you know, that's why Connor's the one, because he has no desire to be the one. He's just trying to live with immortally and collecting some art and, you know, live in New York. But the Kurgan finds him and he's like, hey, I killed your friend. I killed your best friend.
I'm mad
he's not your wife.
I'm mad he's not on my list at this point.
I came up with him today, last minute, as I was.
The Kurgan. Holy shit, dude.
And he definitely
it's been so long since I've seen those. Yeah. He's a bitch.
He is. He's a fucking asshole.
If you come back
after his throat slit open and then takes pins and closes it back together, and the rest of the movie he's like, can barely talk, and it's just it's so good as a character, Clancy Brown as that character is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The Kurgan.
Who's the actor? Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
Okay. This is my last cheat. This is number 2. My last cheat crossover, origin story somewhere else. Chad.
What?
And you're going to think this is a sellout.
No.
But do you want to know how I got these scars?
Really?
Yeah.
You went there.
Yeah, I did. And I'll tell you what.
I think he's too redeemable.
On the Joker?
That Joker.
Oh, no. I'm talking like as a collective character, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, but see, now you're not really going film now.
Not true. Not true.
A specific film with that character.
Let's take. Okay, well, let's take Ledger. Why is he redeemable? We talked about this the other day, and we're going to get serious here, right? Let me tell you about the Joker, and this is how I feel about him. And I got to get this out.
Because he's just a war vet.
No, don't get all that out of your mind. This is a guy that you can give him literally half the money that all the criminal element in New York owns, right? Mm-hmm. And this fucker will light this shit on fire because he does not care.
Well, it's anarchist.
Well, hold on, though, but we're not even... True. Fact, right? But what is his motive? What does he want to do? And we're not even going to get into the discussion because I swear to God it would take another 40 minutes to get into it. But his whole goal in The Dark Knight, if we're just looking at Heath Ledger...
It's just to have a little fun.
Not even that. He sees a guy that will not compromise, right? Batman, Bruce Wayne. Yeah. He will not kill somebody. Yeah. He says, you know what? You're gonna fucking kill somebody, bro. Yeah. Like, you don't know it yet, but you're going to. Even if that person that you kill has to be me.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievably psychopathic.
I don't think it's psychopathic.
I do.
Maybe it's because I read too much into that character.
He's so obsessed with the fact that he wants this guy to break what he holds to be like his. This is Bruce Wayne's like trump card, right? Nobody else in this city he sees to be as passionate as Bruce Wayne. This guy dresses up in a bat suit, spends all his money, right, going around saving people. So clearly he's the most interesting, intellectual, put together guy in this city. So he's the guy he's going to choose to mess with. And what's his stick? What makes this guy tick? Oh, he doesn't want to kill anybody. That's the deal. I'm going to make him kill somebody. What is more evil than that? What is more evil than finding somebody that feels like... Now, let me propose this question to you before you respond. What is more evil than finding somebody who thinks that they are so morally justified by what they do that they will not compromise on it and saying, you know what? I'm going to make you. For no other reason than just to make him do it.
Yeah. I think it's because he was made to do it. And it's that point where if we're talking about Christopher Nolan's The Joker and you look into the character and you see that it's never outright said, but he's definitely a war vet. And he was probably made to do something from a higher commander that went against his original morals or accidentally shot a kid and killed a kid or something along those lines. And it just made him snap, right? So then he sees this man that won't kill anybody, is trying to save the day just like he was originally. And he's like, it's not fair. It's not right. He's almost jealous. So it's almost this very childlike, infantile thought process of, well, no one else should be able to do what they want to do. I didn't want to kill anybody. I didn't want to either, but I'm going to fucking make him. So I get that where it's not so much evil. It's misconstrued selfish jealousy. It's human emotion, common human emotion brought to a heightened level.
Are you ready for my response?
Yeah.
My response would be to you is that you don't know that.
No, you don't.
You're right. The fan theory is that's the case, but you don't know. No. So he could just literally be a guy who just wants to fuck with people.
Yeah.
And he's going to find the most dedicated, the most devout, the most sincere, the most sure of what he's doing person that's in his vicinity and fuck it up.
Yeah.
What's the purpose? Because he wants to. It's like Chris Jericho, a popular wrestler, right? He was talking about a villain character, like a villain run he did, and it was against Rey Mysterio. And this was like, I can't remember the year. And it's a perfect, it's like a perfect parallel. He was talking to Vince McMahon, and this is from his podcast because I listened to a show, and he's like, we're going to do it. He's like, I want to do an arc where I go after Rey Mysterio, and I'm just going to be, I just want to like be a villain for this run. He's like, okay, well, what do you want the story to be? He's like, well, I just want Rey Mysterio's mask. And Vince is like, that's stupid. Like, why would an adult just want to take somebody's mask?
Because nobody's.
And Jericho's response was, because I'm a bully and I want it.
Yeah.
And Vince was like, perfect, and let him do it.
Yeah.
That's the Joker.
Yeah.
It's like, why does he have to do this? Because he wants to. And that's what puts him on number 2 is not just this particular arc with Batman. If you look at his original, like what he was supposed to be in what Ledger brought out in the Dark Knight was he was a psycho. Like,
well,
he would just
it's
kill
not
people.
even so much as a psycho. I think it's more that he's definitely an anarchist and a nihilist.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't care.
And a nihilist is perfect.
Yeah.
He doesn't whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I'll blow up a million
shit.
people. A million people doesn't make any difference. 10 billion people. Big deal.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's number 2.
Yeah.
That's Heath Ledger. That's Jack Nicholson. That's a Joker. What is your number 1? If we had like a damn drum roll, I'd do it for you, but we can't. Like, so that's the best I got.
I try to think of the most evil.
Build it up.
Evil entity I could think of. No goodwill. Wants to destroy the most beautiful thing in the world, love. In the universe, love.
We're going to have a different number 1, and now I'm getting fucking stoked.
Mr. Shadow from The Fifth Element. The benevolent, evil force. The only time it's referred to anything other than the force is when the secretary picks up a phone call for Gary Oldman's character Zorg, and Zorg goes, "What is it? I told you not to disturb me." "Well, I know that, Mr. Zorg, but you told me not to disturb you unless it's Mr. Shadow, and if it's Mr. Shadow, and it's Mr. Shadow." And he goes, "Oh, okay." This motherfucking entity is so powerful that it talks to Gary Oldman through a phone and makes his head bleed some weird viscous oil that doesn't even exist in this man's body. And it exudes out of him like some metaphysical wormhole is opened up from deep space to that office in New York City.
Yeah. I want to be honest with you. I haven't seen Fifth Element in like 5 years.
Well, it's just the burning ball of darkness.
I remember
that's running towards them, and the only it just comes around every 5,000 years and just kills everything. No reason, no rhyme.
Just does it.
Yeah. Just does it.
That's Joker parallel.
Yeah.
Me. It's like, whatever. I don't care.
It has no reason to. It doesn't. You don't even know its motivation, but its scope is limitless. Its potential is limitless.
If it could do more, it would.
It has absolutely no redeeming quality, and its cruelty is it's off the scales because it tells them it's like, I'm coming to kill you all.
Yeah.
I don't really care if you're like what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna shoot your laser beams at me? I'm just gonna seize up into a black ball of like antimatter until you all die, and then I'm gonna keep going on my way to Earth. I'm gonna destroy everything, and that's it. There's only one thing that can stop it: the power of love.
That's irrelevant, but I get it. Though.
But that's it's that idea of like we think of love as the most powerful thing.
Do you
in
have
the
any
universe,
honorable mentions?
It's supposed to be the antithesis of that.
Antithesis is a good word.
Yeah. Honorable mentions.
Yeah. I really wanted to do that before you did number one, but I forgot.
But now we're going to get to your number one, so it's okay. Al Pacino, Tony Montana, Scarface, M. Bison from the Street Fighter movie.
I'm almost pissed that I didn't put him on my list.
I'm surprised you didn't. I honestly thought it'd be your number one.
He should be on there. He deserves to be on there. He's not even an honorable mention.
It's just lines like, the day you met me.
Oh, God.
Just say the line. You know the line.
Yeah. He's like, the day Bison graced your village is the most important day of your life. But to me, and he says this without laughing, by the way.
Yeah.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like
it was just me destroying everyone in your village was just another day to me.
Yeah, and she goes off on this tangent. Jesus, dude, I can't believe it.
You did this.
She's like, "Oh, you killed my father,"
and he's like,
he's like, "Yeah, I know that was important to you, but guess what, dude? That's any Monday."
And a big part of it is the portrayal by Raul Julia.
Raul Julia murders that role, dude. Oh my God.
Well, and he said it. He's like, he knew it was a bad movie.
It doesn't matter. He kills it.
He did it because his kids
his kid or something. Yeah, I barely remember. But somebody wanted him to do it. Yeah.
And it's that instance of it's like Keaton and Nicholson and Batman. They're selling it better than everyone else in the movie, and they're what make the movie.
That monologue when he talks about Bisonopolis and like his fucking army of soldiers and the reason he's mutating people's genes is for peace and like it's. I know the whole speech. I'm not going to do it now.
You should do it.
No, I'm not going to do it because it's too long. Maybe we'll do it some other time.
Okay,
but it's like. He's just out of his mind.
Yeah.
And it's a great honorable mention. I can't believe it didn't happen. So my honorables before I get to my number one. And I can't believe this dude wasn't on your list, to be honest.
What?
I'll get to him. My honorable mentions are Alex DeLarge from A Clockwork Orange. You don't know him? He's essentially a Joker. Yeah. Like he was just obsessed with violence. He was raping people.
Yeah.
He raped 10-year-olds, wives. Yeah. He's a psychopath. But to me, like... Compared to the Joker, I feel like the Joker is worse.
And as a character,
he's more interesting to me.
Yeah.
You got David from Lost Boys, Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay.
The guy, he F's with your mind all day.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's doing it, he's sucking you more into his own delusion.
Yeah.
Right? All for nefarious purposes to make you a blood-sucking vampire.
Yeah.
Right? But, I mean...
I almost put Gary Oldman's Dracula on here as a vampire too.
Yep,
I was trying to stay away from
that would have been good.
Very known.
You know Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah,
one of my honorable mentions, Judge Doom, dude.
Judge Doom.
He literally is wiping out his entire race of cartoons
of his own race
to be like
master,
be some kind of meta god,
yeah,
like that would never die and rule over Earth, starting with building a
because only a tune can kill a tune, or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the last one would be Buffalo Bill.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of putting him on the list.
Silence of the Lambs, dude. Buffalo Bill. Unbelievable. Psycho, dude. She pushed the lotion in the basket. The whole deal is creepy as hell, dude.
Would you fuck me?
Yeah.
I'd fuck me.
God. Oh, by the way, Jason Mewes. Fucking perfect.
Oh, when he does it? Yeah, I love that.
But who's number one, man?
Who's your number one?
Good evening, Clarice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, I honestly thought you were going to pick...
Dr. Lecter, man. Hannibal Lecter. You want to know why he's number one?
Why?
Because he embodies everything.
Iconic.
He embodies everything that the Joker does. Mm-hmm. But he knows exactly what he's doing, and he enjoys what he's doing.
He gets away with it.
He gets off on it, dude.
Yeah.
And not that he gets away with it, he gets off on it. So every time Clarice shows up, he's got that nasty smile on his face, like he knows what's happening before she even says it.
It's a little bit that jigsaw thing because he's doing it for the game. Okay, can you catch me? Come on, catch me, Clarice.
Then he gets out. So the whole debacle goes off. He gets out, and at the end of it, he's like, he's just reveling in the fact that he's just smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
Which leads
narcissism.
me narcissism, and he's not a psychopath. He's not a psychopath because a psychopath is completely out of his mind. He's burning billions of dollars.
Yeah, he's definitely dangerous.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I'd say he's sociopathic.
Sure,
he's narcissistic.
Yep. Evil. Straight up evil.
evil.
He's straight up evil, dude.
But he's not insane because he knows what he's doing.
Exactly. And he loves doing it.
Yeah.
And then he's talking to Clarice at the end, and he knows she's smart enough to understand what he's talking about. He's like, all right, cool. I'm out, so I'm going to go ahead and have a friend for lunch.
Yeah.
Have a friend for lunch. And he's a damn cannibal.
A little tongue-in-cheek joke.
Yeah, a little tongue-in-cheek joke.
See you later.
To an FBI agent.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to eat somebody. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out of my prison, bitch. And he's just like, that scene where he breaks out of prison. And this is what seals the deal. He had to do nothing else other than like do the little whole face swap that he did, rip the guy's face. Okay, I'm just going to casually throw that out, but rip the guy's face off and wear it and put on his outfit, right? Switch the clothes. But he strings the other guy up on the jail cell, like rips up his skin, like just completely like maims the guy, specifically because he knows his friends are coming up there. It's like a sick joke.
I think what really solidifies it, if you want to know what's going on with that character, is you look at what Hopkins does when he's swinging that baton back and forth in the look on his face of contempt.
Yeah.
Of, you deserve this because you're stupid. You knew you shouldn't have come. You fucking knew you shouldn't have come in this cage. Everyone told you. I told you don't come in this cage. And you fucking did it.
Anyway, it's almost like they almost recreated that in X-Men with Magneto in the plastic prison.
Yeah.
And he comes in there and he's got the injection of the iron. He's like, you've got too much iron in your blood. And he knows it. And then he just goes nuts. It's the same thing. It's like, you stupid bitch.
Yeah. It's like, you fucking knew. You knew. Yeah. Why'd you come in here?
So if you look at cruelty, he's cruel as hell. Because number one, he just he eats people. He doesn't care. He plays with people's emotions. Like Clarice.
Do you think he would have ate Clarice?
No. I feel like he
got off too much on freaking her out.
I feel like he felt like she was too much fun.
Yeah.
It's like the Joker with Batman. He's like, I'm not going to kill you. He's like, you fucking complete me.
Yeah.
You're
the yin and the yang.
It's like, it's like, you're too much. You're too much. Like, I can't, what would I do without you? It's like, it's like that thing. So Clarice like gave him that
the balance.
I won't say balance, but it gave him that excitement,
purpose
that he needed. He knew she was close to his level of intelligence, so he could fuck with her, and like get that feeling of youth out of just dicking with her. Mm-hmm. Oh, and we'll pick up some guy like Buffalo Bill on the way, who, by the way, was a horrible serial killer.
Yeah,
but was a damn joke compared to Lecter. Yeah,
I mean, you forget like. People think of that movie, they forget that Lecter wasn't really the villain in that movie.
Nah, he was caught.
Yeah, he was already caught. He was already in jail.
He was literally. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get out of prison, but in the meantime, I might as well like catch some guy who thinks he's fucking cool like me, like Buffalo Bill.
And I'll let you know what a douche he is compared to me.
let him know how stupid he is compared to me while I get out of prison.
Yeah.
What compares to that, dude?
Yeah.
And the fact is this. Cruelty, he's obviously cruel. Scope can go up or down. He can do whatever he wants.
He probably would have done a lot with the power,
dude.
Yeah.
Whatever he felt like doing, he could do. Which means he can go anywhere. He could wake up one day and not give a shit.
The intelligence level is off the charts.
Right. So he could do whatever he wants. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter whatever nut thing he came up with, he could follow through.
He would have done it.
Yeah. Potentials through the roof.
A little kid on the plane, some brains.
Whatever he wants.
You know?
Potential, scope through the roof.
Yeah.
Cruelty through the damn roof.
Yeah.
What was the last one? Redeemability? None. The fucking guy eats.
But he never
people.
really well, I guess he kind of did torture people. I'm thinking more into the next movie where
think about what he did to the guard, dude. The guard, like Come on.
He ripped his face off.
That's the one that he took mercy on. The other guy
Yeah.
disemboweled his ass and hung him
Yeah.
on the cage.
He had no reason to do that.
No.
You could have escaped out of there.
What is the redeemability with him when the last
He really
line
doesn't.
of that movie is, "I'm going to go eat a friend
For lunch.
for lunch."
And it probably was like a friend.
that he knew like before he
For
went to jail.
years.
Yeah, and he's just
20-year
He's
friend.
getting off on the fact he's out. Dude's a psycho. Number one.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
I will go to the grave with that choice.
That's a good one.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we got everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good. You want to plug the shit?
If we do one more episode where I don't plug the shit at the beginning, punch me in the face.
Yeah.
So if you guys disagree,
I didn't think about it until we were like well into
you've done it twice. The last two
Yeah.
shows, now you brought it to me twice because I was about to end this.
Well, at least I said something.
Yeah. So if you want to email us, you disagree with our choices, you agree with them, whatever.
Hell,
you
let
want
us
to tell
know your
to fuck
list.
off. Like, I don't care. Like, send us emails. We enjoy
Yeah.
them.
I want to, send us your fucking list. Maybe we'll revise our list in a year or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
We'll read them on the air. I don't care. Like, I'm interested in your opinion. Chad's interested in your opinion.
I'm very interested in your fan mail.
PowerOnPod@gmail.com. If you want to get in touch with us, Facebook is PowerOn Podcast. The Gmail is, or excuse me, not the Gmail. The Twitter is at PowerOnPod, and then we have extra shows on Patreon and other rewards that you can get for supporting the show if you go to patreon.com/PowerOn. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
You got the Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, email.
I think that's it.
4 Horsemen, right?
Guess so.
Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, we'll catch you later. I don't have anything snazzy to say because it's a list. So we're just gonna end it. We'll see you guys next episode. See ya. This is at Dashing Drew Rude.
At Dashing Drew Rude.
Right? Dashing Drew Rude signing off. Bam.
This is Chad Novinka signing off.
Bye.